welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your how does he or she feel about me reading. Now, we did this reading last year. We did it about, I think it was September, October time. I really enjoy doing these readings. These are extraordinarily popular on the, sorry, I'm moving some, just seen some spray in the back. I'm like, oh man. Okay, it's probably filmed on the other video. Okay, never mind, worse things can happen. So, yeah, we did this reading September, October 2017. Really love doing these readings. They're very informed. They're very nuanced readings. Okay, showing the different levels, I guess, of human interaction and human ideas. And I really love these readings. It focuses on how somebody might feel about you. So. We're doing it again. I'm going to be doing these. If you want to do these in a monthly thing, I can, but I'd rather not because they're so extensive. I'll do it every 3 to 4 months. What we're using, we'll be using the Witch's Tarot, which is these. We're using it advice, the Romance Angels, the Angel Answers, and the Clarifier cards are going to be used through this small deck of Hanson Roberts Tarot. Reading should be about, hopefully I'm going to try and get it to half an hour, 40 minutes if I can. They usually go on a bit longer, it's just the way it is. So yeah, let's have a look at the readings and let's have a look at how he or she feels about you. What I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes, Aquarius, and I want you to think about the person that you have in mind. I want you to think about them. I want you to put all of your energies on that individual. And I want you to close your eyes and ask yourself, how does this person feel about me as I shuffle the cards, okay? It's 10 areas. Universe, Spirit, how does this person feel for Aquarius? How's the person that Aquarius is thinking of feel about them? How does this person that Aquarius is thinking of feel about them? Show me who this person is. 5 of Swords, one's just jumped out. We'll put it back in because it has to all be laid down in sequence. So, Universe, Spirit, show me who this person is in position 1. What are their attributes? So, what are this person's, oh wow, Empress flicked out. What is their attribute? Show me. And when cards flick out, guys, I don't really put them out because I like to, how I was taught and how I've always done it. If they should come out again in a particular position, you know it's got added meaning rather than it just being a card that flicks out. What are this person's attributes? So what is their, what is the positive things about this individual in position 2? Position 3, what are this person's strengths? What are this person's flaws? Position 4, how does this person see Aquarius and how do they feel about them? Position 5, how does Aquarius see this person and how does Aquarius feel about this person? Position 6, what is the strengths in the relationship between Aquarius and this person? Position 7, what are the flaws in this relationship, weaknesses? Position 8, what is the potential for a healthy relationship between Aquarius and this individual? Position 9, what is the analysis, the final analysis, stroke outcome, potential outcome of this relationship between Aquarius and this person? And position 10, what are the roadblocks to Aquarius having a healthy relationship with this person? Show me. Alright, we're going to split the deck into 3 Aquarius like so. 1, 2, 3. We're going to collect that back up like so. And what we do now, if I was to lay the cards down like this, I would be the only one that could see them upright. So I have to turn it around like this so you guys can see what I have shuffled, okay? So this is who this person is. This is their attributes, so the good things about them. This is the flaws. This is how we're going to push this over just a little bit here, so we've got plenty of room on the desk. This is their, how they see and feel about you. This is how you see and feel about them. This is the strengths in your relationship. This is the weakness. This is the potential for a healthy relationship between the both of you, Aquarius. Let's just try and move this up a little bit so you can see it. This is the final analysis, stroke potential outcome of the relationship, and this is the overall This is the overall, sorry, this is the roadblocks to you guys having a healthy relationship, okay? So, let's have a look. Who is this person right now? So, the person is showing us the Wheel of Fortune. This is Wheel of the Year in the Witch's Tarot, but it's Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This person is, they should be quite, you know, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse represents unlucky. They might be unlucky, who knows? They might be going through a misfortunate phase. Some misfortune. They may be going through misfortune, because Wheel of Fortune is all about, if you're the Wheel of Fortune, then you're creating luck, or you've got some lucky circumstances around you happening. I think this person might be going through a time of stagnation in their life with this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. They might feel that things aren't working out, or they're going through a very unlucky stage, or a stage where they feel there's been a lot of misfortune that's happened in their life. So I think that with the Wheel of Fortune, how would you explain somebody as being the Wheel of Fortune reversed? Well, it's misfortune. There's no fortune here. It's a lack of fortune. It's the reversal. It's the absence of the upright meaning. So this person, you know, it might be that, I don't know whether this person's going through a depression, or they might be going through some form of a depression with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, showing us who they are at the moment. It might be that what they've tried to work on hasn't worked out for them. It might be that this person feels in a place of stagnation. We'll see what comes with the other cards. What is this person's strengths? So what are their attributes as a person? The Knight of Coins in the reverse is their attributes. I think that this person's a realist. They come across as being a realist. Knight of Cups in the upright is somebody who, yeah, I mean, Knight of Cups is great. Offers love, is a romanticist, romantic, loving, sweet. But I've seen a lot of Knight of Coins, Knight of Cup people turn into devils, you know. Knight of Cups is a nice card, don't get me wrong, I love the card. But it is really just the initial stage of a situation. It is where somebody's showing you and they're saying, I feel this way about you, or let me give you this. They can show us somebody who's kind, who's generous. But remember, this is their attribute position. This is what they're showing us as an attribute, as a Knight of Cups in the reverse. It's almost like they don't do stuff unless their heart is in it. Okay, which then makes them more, I would say with this Knight of Cups being reversed, for me, as an attribute, it would say that this person thinks more with their head rather than their heart. This person isn't looking at castles in the sky. They're actually saying, you know what, actually, I'm not going to follow through with anything that my heart isn't in. If I don't feel a certain way, I'm not going to do it. So they come across as being a realist, and they come across as somebody who doesn't sort of live off the idea of fantasy and romanticism. They look at things in a very realistic sense, I feel, with this Knight of Cups being reversed as an attribute. Their flaws are the Six of Cups in the reverse. So they might have a propensity to live in the past with the Six of Cups in the reverse. I think this person has a propensity to live in the past. Maybe that's why they're not moving forward. Maybe that's why they're not moving forward. I think they're showing us the Wheel of Fortune reversed because they have a propensity to live in the past. And I think that their attributes are that with the Knight of Cups in the reverse, that they're not living on a fantasy, or they're not living in a world, or I think that they refuse to give what they cannot give. Okay, it might be because they're living in the past and they can't move forward. Might be there's an ex-partner here somewhere along the line. How do they see you and how do they feel about you, Aquarius? Well, they see you as the Ace of Swords in the reverse. How would you see somebody as being, I mean, the feelings, how they feel about you, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, they don't see you as being their breakthrough, I feel. I don't think that they see you as being their soulmate, because Ace of Swords in the reverse means final, it means ending, it means stuck, it means stagnation, it means a lack of clarity, it means I can't see. So I don't think that this, and in the upright this is all about the breakthrough card, it means clarity, clear insight. And I don't know whether they see you as somebody who's not honest. Maybe they see you as somebody who doesn't communicate clearly, or who doesn't communicate honestly, who puts up a barrier maybe with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. But I think that they feel as a result of that, you know, you are not the one. I think that they possibly see you as not being the one for them, because they see you as, they feel for you the Ace of Swords in the reverse. The Ace of Swords in the upright is the kind of yes card. It's like, yes, I feel this. But in the reverse, feelings with the Ace of Swords in the reverse would be, well, no. It's a no card in the reverse. It's like, I don't think this person sees you as being their natural soulmate, as being somebody that they feel compatible with. I don't think that they feel a certain amount of freedom with you. I feel with the Ace of Swords being reversed, this person doesn't see you as their breakthrough. I know that's difficult to understand, and even for some of you, and if it doesn't resonate with you, you've got a perfectly good relationship, good, ignore the reading, please do. But the Ace of Swords in the reverse often means the inability to change patterns from the past, the inability to create some form of severance or change. Even though this can still be seen as a severance card, it's not the most positive of severance cards, because the card is the sword is downturned, which represents the lack of victory, lack of success, lack of breakthrough, reliving patterns, things not changing, reluctant to change, lack of clarity, insight, all of that stuff. So I think that they feel the Ace of Swords for you. I don't feel that there is a real spark here for this individual, a real passion. I don't feel that they feel that you are, you know, almost like the Messiah, if that makes any sense, with the Ace of Swords reversed. How do you see this person and feel about them? Well, you see them as the Page of Cups, and I'm not surprised in the reverse. This person is emotionally unavailable. This person might have even rejected you, Aquarius. All right? The Page of Cups reversed is somebody who is emotionally isolated. They don't know how to explore their feelings, and they don't know how to give it. They don't know how to extend love to another individual. So you may see them as childish. Some of you guys, Page of Cups reverse, can be an overly childish individual, immature. But I feel that you see this person as not wanting to extend the hand of love. I also feel that you see them as somebody who's emotionally unavailable. And as a result of that, I feel that you feel for them, the Page of Cups in the reverse, that you can't open up to them, that you can't give your love to them, that you have to draw back as well with that Page of Cups in reverse. And that might be why they see you as the Ace of Swords in the reverse, somebody who's not communicating with them. And it might be because you feel that you need to draw back from this individual. What is the strength in this relationship? The Hierophant in the reverse. But the strength is not committing to this relationship, keeping things, I think, as open as possible. Because the High Priest in the reverse is all about breaking away from a tradition, or breaking away from something that has been done for many, many years. It's the divorce card. It's the breaking away from the commitment. Excuse me. And I feel that the strengths are that you guys are either not in a commitment, or the strengths are that you guys are in as loose a relationship as possible, with the High Priest being reversed. Because your weakness in this relationship is the Two of Cups. I think that the weakness is that there is too much of a connection going on here. And I think that, you know, we could say, well, the weakness is the relationship, the Two of Cups, but then I think that this would have been reversed if it had been like, there's a there's a real kind of severance. There's something about your connection that weakens you. There's something about your connection it's definitely the connection that's weak. The weakness is the Two of Cups. I think, well, no, let's rephrase that. The weakness is connecting, being on the same page. Pledge, promise, agreement is the Two of Cups. So the weakness is in the way that you guys are connecting with that Two of Cups energy. And therefore, the potential for a healthy relationship, well, the King of Pentacles is the potential. How do we explain that as being the potential for a healthy relationship? Because it's a good card, it's in the upright. King of Pentacles is all about stable, secure, grounding. You do have potential for a healthy relationship with this person, but only if it can be built on truth, honesty and trust. Okay? If it's what you both want, if you were both to work towards a strong relationship, working towards building longevity with the King. Remember, the King is higher than the Ace of Pentacles. So there is every chance, I feel, with this King of Pentacles energy, Aquarius, of there being a strong one. But it takes both of you working towards a common cause to have that. Because your weakness is in this connection that you have with the Two of Cups. We're going to see why in a minute. And it's saying that the best thing for you guys, the strength in this relationship, is to maybe have as loose a possible connection, I feel, with this High Priest. Do something different. It is in the... But the strengths are in the differences, though. This is the thing as well. Thinking about it. Because the High Priest represents non-tradition. It represents differences. So you can get a High Priest for a relationship, if it's a gay relationship, for example, going against the norm, or what people would consider to be the norm, you know. You could have a high priest, I suppose, as a relationship if you were 90 years of age married to a 30-year-old woman, you know. It's going against the norm. The strengths are in your differences, I feel, with this high priest in the reverse. Because your weakness is the connection, and therefore your strength. Maybe you should be celebrating your strength rather than your weakness. Because there is something here that can be built, Aquarius. What is the overall analysis of this relationship? The shadow, there you go, it's beautiful. The shadow side, devil card in the, it's called the shadow side of the Witch's Tarot, but it's actually the devil in the Rider-Waite. You could really, it's brilliant. The overall analysis is release the negative energy that surrounds this relationship, because you've got something you can work on. Your strength is in the High Priest in the reverse, the differences that you hold. You might come from different faiths with the High Priest in the reverse, you know. You might not be your conventional type of relationship with the High Priest in reverse, but that's your strength, because your weakness is in being the same. This is what I think the reading's trying to say. Your weakness is in being the same. You don't have to be the same as this individual. You don't have to be the same as each other. You could work perfectly fine being different and embracing those differences. The overall analysis outcome is that you will release the chains. Devil in the reverse. You will release the chains. You will release whatever the external chains are that are enslaving you guys, making this relationship not work. And the blockage, the road blockage to you guys having a healthy relationship. The world in the reverse. It is the inability to close down the problems that should have been shut down a long time ago. Because world in the reverse means things are still open. There is still unfinished business here. That's your roadblock. You guys aren't shutting something down here. It looks like it could be a relationship to me. This person lives in the past though, that's the problem. This is why they're not moving forward, Wheel of Fortune, because they're living in the past. Not just living in the past, what is it about the past? Is the past something to do with their childhood, how they were grown up, their belief system as growing up with the Six of Cups in the weakness position? Is that it? Because this person here, they're a realist, not a Cups in the reverse. This is often a fantasist, a dreamer in the upright. Therefore, in the reverse, for me, this is a realist. Showing us this person's strengths and attributes. This person's a realist. But it's only because it's based on their weakness, I feel, the past, the Six of Cups in the reverse. They've formulated something from childhood that they've never let go of, perhaps. Depends on what the clarifiers say. And that's why they're not moving forward. They're not making any progress here because they choose to stick with something that is probably outdated. And I would see the Six of Cups in the reverse as being a very outdated card. Which is why this person doesn't see or feel that you are this person's truth. That you are their life. That you are their future, with the Ace of Swords being reversed. And you see them as the Page of Cups in the reverse, isolated from love, holds back, not expressive enough. Doesn't open up, possibly even not even communicating with you. And therefore you feel the Page of Cups in reverse. I don't want to communicate with and open up to this person anyway. Not very good, and yet you could have so much with this individual. Let's get some clarifiers on the go and see what this is about. So yeah, we're using this, I love this small Hanson Roberts deck. I bought this for $5.99 on Amazon. Really good tarot to go. It's just a small little pack that I carry around with me if I ever need it. Right, so let's have a look at what's going on. Why is this person the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Why is the person that Aquarius is thinking of the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Why is this person that Aquarius is thinking of the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse in 2 cards? Why the King of Swords? So the King of Swords is of high birth and holds some very sort of important ideas. The King of Swords, oh right, this person's very blocked, aren't they? I think that this man or woman, through their ideas, I think their ideas are blocking them, because the King of Swords is an ideas card. Okay, when you get a King of Swords, it's not always about, I mean, the clarity that you have as an individual is your clarity. It's up to you what you think. You know, it doesn't mean to say that this just person's ideas are your ideas, and the Two of Swords is a blockage card. So I think it's the very ideas that this person holds as a King of Swords, and as a king, this person would have complete and utter belief in those ideas. So this person's complete and utter belief in their ideas, I feel, are blocking them with that Two of Swords showing there. Two of Swords is also a defensive and a blockage card. Okay, that's interesting. Just looking at some other cards, but we don't want to put too many cards down here. Why is this person's attribute showing us the Knight of Cups in the reverse? Why is this person's attribute showing us the Knight of Cups in the reverse? Show me in 2 cards. They're burdened. Okay. The Ten of Wands is about burdens, but the Sun should say, with that being the outcome, with the secondary card, overcoming burdens. I think that this person, as an attribute, doesn't like making promises, because the Knight of Cups can also be a promise card. It's where you're inviting somebody else, it's an invitation to do something. I think their attributes is they don't like making promises. I think this person doesn't like making promises. Okay. And I think that this is because I think they like to be very clear. We've got a Sun card showing here. A Sun is to burdens result in something good. So burdens are overcome. I think it's for them, honesty might be the best policy I'm getting in this reading. I'm getting that this might be quite an honest dude that we're looking at here, Aquarius. It's the best way that they find to overcome a burden. This person doesn't want to create burdens where they don't have to create them. They don't want to create any unnecessary problems. So the best way that they can overcome burdens is by not starting it in the first place, which is why their attributes are not to make promises, because they don't want to start anything that they can't finish. Their flaws are the Six of Cups in the reverse. Why is this person's flaws the Six of Cups in the reverse? Why is this person's flaws the Six of Cups in the reverse? Page of Pentacles. So this is childhood, or this is a child, or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, Page of Pentacles. Okay, so maybe somebody walked away from them, because maybe there was a Page of Pentacles that walked away. 8 of Cups. Page of Pentacles is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a dark-haired individual. I think that somebody walked away, or maybe with the Page of Pentacles is all about being responsible as well. So this page looks at the pentacle and they say, what should I do with this pentacle? What should I do with this potential? Maybe I ought to kind of take a little bit of a break on this and think about what I want to do with it. So, but I think that their weakness, their flaws are in the past, somewhere rooted deep in the past. Somebody might have walked away from them, or maybe they made a decision. Maybe it took them a long time. Maybe they made a decision that they needed to walk away, or to release someone here. Maybe they released somebody in the past. I think that this person decided to walk away and become single with the 9 of Coins showing here. I think from an opportunity they walked away and became single with the 9 of Coins. So I think that this person, their weakness is that they're living in the past. I think it's either them with the opportunity, they walked away from an opportunity and became single, or this might have been a younger person or a younger lover that walked away and decided that they wanted to be on their own. But I think that this is, no, them. I think it's them. I think that there was a proposal here, or the potential for something that could have been long term. And I think that they walked away and decided that they become single with that 9 of Coins showing there. Okay. I think that this person, I'm just going to pull some other cards. I think this person needed to work on their problems with the Devil card, and I think that this is what brought the loss in. I think that they needed to work on problems that were causing a lot of kind of pain and upset. So I think that this person here, they're living in the past, and I just keep seeing a very honourable individual here. I think I'm looking at a very honourable individual, Aquarius, because this person lives in the past. That is one of their flaws. But it's because of a potential situation, this person had to walk away and take some time out on their own. I think that they were putting a lot of hard work and effort into themselves, because I think that they had, it's either maybe some addiction with the Devil energy, or there was some negative energy that was causing problems for them. So I think that they had to kind of take time out on their own and work on that. And that's why, as an attribute, they're not willing to make any promises. Because I feel that with the 10 of Wands being struggle, and the Sun card meaning that struggle results in something positive or something good, or is overcome with the Sun, this is a way for them to avert any possible struggles that they've suffered here. And this is why they're not progressing at the moment as an individual, or they're not willing to progress or make any progress, because I think that they've thought about it carefully. I now see them with the King of Swords energy as having thought about the situation fairly, carefully, logically, rationally, and they said, no, I need to block this out. The Two of Swords. Well, I'm just going to see what it is that they need to block out with that Two of Swords, or they need to focus on themselves with the Two of Swords. They might have thought rationally that I think that this is all about focus. I think that they've thought rationally with this King of Swords that they need to focus on. What is it they need to focus on? The Wheel of Fortune. And it's in the upright now. So they need to focus on, I feel, making positive changes within their life with that Wheel of Fortune energy. I don't think they're blocking out the Wheel of Fortune. I think that they're focusing on how they... Because the Two of Swords, often I can read as a card about self-focus. I think that as a King of Swords, this is somebody who thinks rationally. So as a King of Swords, this person's thinking rationally and logically. How can I focus? How can I do a lot of self-focus and self-healing in terms of creating something good within my life? It just feels to me that this person here really is focusing on themselves. I don't see anything really particularly bad with this individual, Aquarius. But they see you as the Ace of Swords in the reverse, and they feel the Ace of Swords in the reverse for you. And I'm going to see why. Why does this person see Aquarius as the Ace of Swords in the reverse, and why do they feel the Ace of Swords in the reverse for them? Show me. Well, the Ace of Coins is all about commitment, or the start of a commitment, or starting at the start of a new long-term or a venture that has the potential, or a relationship, shall I say, that has the potential to go the long-term here. Four of Coins could bring stability. See, this 8 goes to a 4, so this is a venture. If you were to think about it in business, this is a business venture, the Ace of Coins, that one would endeavour to set up, bringing eventually, you know, financial gain and stability. And you got another number 4 here. I'm just thinking why then. We've got such good energies here as the reasons for this. Now, they're really good cards. Why would they see you as the Ace of Swords in the reverse? Ace of Swords in the reverse is not like the Ace of Swords in the upright. The Ace of Swords in the upright is, I see this person as the one, they are my breakthrough. Maybe we need to turn around how we see the Ace of Swords reversed as being the one. Because when King Arthur puts his sword back into the rock, that's it. It stays there. So maybe this is a stabilising force with the Ace of Swords reversed. But they see you as the Ace of Swords reversed. Do they see you as secretive? They might see you as being secretive. Maybe they see you as not talking. I think what's going on here is if this person is looking for this, I think they're looking for this, and I think that they see you as the Ace of Swords in the reverse because maybe they feel that you're not telling them everything because you are looking for this. And maybe they feel this for you because you're not the one. They feel the Ace of Swords in the reverse, because I'm trying not to turn cards into what they're not, in terms of how I interpret these cards. So Ace of Swords in the reverse would be, no. Ace of Swords is like, yes, because it's about power and victory over struggles and all of that stuff. So I feel that this person, I still feel this person doesn't see you as the one. And I think it's because they want to invest this Ace of Pentacles in a stable relationship that brings marriage, that brings stability, that brings security. I think that they see you as that, but they don't see you in that light. I think it's because of what they want. They don't see you as that. That's the only way I can explain that at the moment. You see them and feel about them the Page of Cups in the reverse. Why does Aquarius see this person as the Page of Cups in reverse and feel that they are the Page of Cups in reverse? Show me. The Ace of Rods. This is about new beginnings, new passion, but we've got the Six of Cups showing here. I feel that they see you as still being, I think that Aquarius, you see this person as still holding a torch for the past, because the Ace of Rods is about a torch being held, and this is about the past. It's come up again, except in the upright. So I think that they see you as still, I think you see them as still holding a torch for the past. And that's why you feel the Page of Cups in the reverse for them, that you can't really freely express anything to this individual, that you have to hold back emotionally with them, possibly not even contacting them, because I feel that you feel that they're still holding a torch for the past. And it shows here that this person still lives in the past. I think that this person regrets having walked away from someone, but I think that this person regrets walking away from someone because they had to do it to heal themselves, and they're still in the healing process here. All right, and I feel that right now they feel towards you, they're not ready with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, because what they want to build is a relationship for the long term, and they're not ready for you as yet. And I feel that you feel, well, this person isn't, I can't open up to this person because I see them as the Page of Cups. They're not. And it shows. I think that if you feel for them the Ace of Swords in the reverse and they see you as the Page of Cups in the reverse, Aquarius, sorry, if you see them as the Page of Cups in the reverse and they feel for you the Ace of Swords in the reverse, then I think you'd be right that this person isn't ready. I don't think that they are ready, because I think that they're still upset about something that they did to someone in the past, which is why they've not been able to move forward, and they've needed to do a lot of inner work. And also why they're not willing to make, as an attribute, they're not willing to make promises. Because for this person, I feel that, you know, the way that they overcome struggles and a load of pressure with that Sun and the Ten of Rods, I feel, you know, and it might be that they've got a lot of pressure with children as well. The Sun can be children, and the Ten of Rods is pressure. So there might be, there's children involved in the situation as well, potentially. But I feel that this person's not ready to do something with you or to commit to you because they're not ready. The Ace of Swords in the reverse is, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to cut ties. It might be that they feel for you the Ace of Rods in the reverse. They're not ready for you because they can't cut ties with the past, showing here. And it's because the Ace of, it might be because they're not ready for you because they had this Ace of Coins. Because it means that they, with this Ace of Coins, they're going to have to try and, you know, building this relationship with you would bring, you know, having to mean that, you know, with this Four of Coins, being stable, hold on, stay put, Four of Rods in this happy, lovely relationship, marriage, all the rest of it. And I just don't feel that they're ready for that. And you know that they're not ready for it. Because I think that they still hold a flame for the past with the Ace of Cups. And that's why you feel the Page of Cups for them. Because they still hold a light for the past. And why you see them as the Page of Cups, somebody who's emotionally unavailable to you. Because there's still a torch that they're holding for the past. But it's somebody that they hurt. This relationship, why is the strength the Hierophant in the reverse? Why is the strength in this relationship Hierophant reverse, show me? Nine of Cups is happiness. Yeah, just happy doing whatever, the Fool. Happiness, just taking one step at a time with the Fool energy. Just be happy not to take things too seriously. The Fool is all about just going with the flow, being carefree, and there's a happy card here. Happy just to go into this relationship just with ease. And I think that the strength of this relationship, Aquarius, is the High Priestess in the reverse, because it's saying, you know, the strength is not doing things by the book. The strength is not always having to be, you know, say, we're in this and we've got to do this because we're a couple and this, that and the other. The strength is, well, why don't you just look at this relationship as something a bit different with the High Priest in the reverse, as something that bucks the trend of what is considered to be a traditional relationship. Why don't you just be happy to have some fun with the Fool energy? Just be happy to have some fun. Your weakness is the Two of Cups. Why is the weakness the Two of Cups in this relationship? Because the Tower and the Four of Swords. I think this could be because a breakup has made somebody withdraw, an epiphany has made somebody withdraw with the Four of Swords. Because the Tower is either a breakup card within a relationship, or it could be a huge revelation. Okay, revelation, withdrawal, sorry, Tower's revelation, breakup card within relationships, or, you know, an epiphany card as well, or anger or arguments, for example. So it might be that your weakness is how you connect with this individual with that Two of Cups. It might be arguments or explosions are making somebody feel more distant or want to withdraw a little bit more with that Four of Swords energy showing up there. Okay, because the Four of Swords is all about withdrawal. And it might be that arguments in this relationship has made somebody want to withdraw from the lovers, from the relationship. I think arguments have made somebody want to withdraw from this relationship, the lovers. Okay. And that's why your weakness is this. So it's the connection that you are weak on together, the emotional connection. Because I think that maybe with the Tower, arguments or instability in the relationship has made one of you withdraw from this relationship, from the Lover's energy. So this relationship is not particularly stable, and that's why you need to sort of, the strengths are that, you know, it's as a non-traditional relationship, as a, you know, not feeling that this has to be complete and out commitment here. Just be happy to go with the flow of the Fool card, because the weakness is when you are together with this Two of Cups, arguments can possibly make one of you guys withdraw or make your feelings decrease, because the Four of Swords is all about withdrawal. So this can be a decrease in love, for example. So arguments have brought about a decrease in love, for example, and that might be why the weakness is now the connection that you have, because there have been things that have happened that have made one of you feel a lot less than the other. So the strengths are maybe the Hierophant in the reverse, not to commit and really just to be happy to have some fun, but not to feel that this is the be all and end all. The potential for a healthy relationship is a King of Pentacles. And why is the potential for a healthy relationship between Aquarius and this person, the King of Pentacles, show me? The Six of Swords, this is all about moving on. Three of Coins. Think about that combination. Six of Swords is all about moving on from a relationship. I think moving on to work on, because the Three of Pentacles is all about learning to master something. So you can see there aren't three people on this card, but this workman is nearly finished. Okay, I think moving on or creating distance with this Three of Pentacles would allow you in this relationship to complete with this Three of Coins. It's difficult because this is all about completing a task. Sorry if I've gone quiet, I'm just thinking about those two energies. Because I do feel that the potential for a healthy relationship could be good. Because you've got a King of Pentacles sitting there. So I think it could be really good, the potential for a healthy relationship between you guys, if you are willing to work on it together, work through the energies. I think moving on, or with this Six of Swords, see, there isn't two people in the boat with this person, so I can't use the word support with that card. So it has to be, I think that this isn't about moving on, this is about finding clarity. I think that the reason is that if you guys could find clarity, you'd find the clarity to be able to work on or work towards or work on building this relationship with the Three of Coins, work on building the partnership, because Three of Coins to all intents and purposes is a partnership card. So I think that this would give you, the Six of Swords is about finding a way. So I think that you could have a stable relationship with the King of Pentacles energy. I'm not reading it as a person, I'm reading it as an energy. The potential for a healthy relationship is a yes with the King of Pentacles, because if you guys could find the clarity and find the insight, the clear insight towards improving with that Three of Coins in this relationship, you could have renewal with the Judgment energy. This is all about finding the right path towards building this relationship. Could bring renewal, I feel, with the Judgment energy showing here. I don't think this is moving on, I think this is finding the clarity in the relationship. I think you guys could find clarity if you were willing to work. I think we need to use the word work here. Work on renewing this relationship. Perhaps renewing the excitement with the Knight of Swords energy in this relationship. When you get Knight of Swords in a love reading, this can be two people who are looking to improve and move the relationship to the next level. So I feel that if you guys, with this Six of Swords, I think you could have improvement. It might be that you need to go away as well, go on a trip. Six of Swords is about a trip. So it might be for some of you guys, you need to take a trip in order to work on renewing the excitement, bringing the excitement back into the relationship. The overall analysis of your relationship stroke potential outcome is shadow side devil card. And why is it the shadow side devil card for Aquarius? Because death, that's an ending or transformation. Yeah, transformation will bring a new beginning with the Magician. It's brilliant. The ending of the old, leaving the past to the past, could bring in a fresh start. Magicians rule the aces, fresh start cards. Could bring a new beginning in with that Magician energy. Brilliant. And the final card, what is the blockage to you guys having a healthy relationship? The Seven of Swords. Oh God, Three of Swords. This can be deception, third party. Seven of Swords, deception, third party. Or this can be avoiding, but this isn't in the reverse. I think there's been some deception in this relationship, third party, but the third party is no longer present. I think it's from the past. Seven of Swords is often a cover-up. Somebody who's being deceptive about a third party situation here. I think that the obstacles in you having a healthy relationship is the World in the reverse. There is something that has not been closed down. And I think it's in the past with this person. I think that this Seven of Swords and Three of Swords is somebody who's holding on to somebody from the past. I think that they've got great regrets. Whoever it is that you're thinking about, I think for some of you guys, Aquarius, have great regrets over something or someone that they did something to from the past. And that's why they found it difficult to move forward with you and to progress. That's what I think's going on here. I think somebody did something. I think they did something to someone from the past, and I think they're still holding on to that. And I think that they feel and we're going to do this reading very quickly one more time. I think that they see you as the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Maybe you're not owning up to stuff. They see, because Ace of Swords in the reverse is somebody who's lying, or they're not talking the truth, or they're not speaking the truth, they're not coming clean. Or somebody who's living in the past is the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Let's get this reading again. This person that you guys are thinking of, they're not making much progress really with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And they're also feeling a lack of fortune. Like they can't move forward, like luck is not on their side. But more than anything, I think that there's a lack of progress happening. Because we all create our own fortune and our own changes. I think it's because they kind of, with this King of Swords, I think they've come to a place of clarity with the King of Swords. That they need to focus on trying to create with this Wheel of Fortune changes, but more in the self rather than outward. Because if you get the Sun and the Two of Swords, sometimes this can be somebody who is focused, the Two of Swords, inward focused, the Sun on their own ego. I've read it that way before for clients and it's been true. So it might be this person here with the King of Swords is very logical, because he is in the upright a logical dude. Very logical and rational, that they need to do a lot of self-focus, inner focus on how they can create changes within themselves, I feel, with this Wheel of Fortune in the upright. And it's because their flaws are, they live in the past. They're living in the past at the moment. But I think it's because they walked away from someone. They might have walked away from a younger lover, a dark-haired lover. It might be they walked away from a great potential and decided to be on their own. But I think it's because they needed to work through their problems. And I think it's because the problems of the devil. They had problems. Maybe they were abusive. Maybe they had drink problems. Maybe they had sex problems, whatever it is. But these problems were causing heartache and pain and all the rest of it. And I think that they walked away from somebody that meant a great deal to them. But I think they walked away from it because they really needed to sort themselves out. And I think as a result of that, their attributes, Aquarius, are that they can't offer love right now. Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're not willing to make any promises. Because I think that with the Ten of Wands being burdened, they'd be feeling burdened to really come through. I think with the Sun energy, they'd be feeling really burdened to have to come through with that. To have to fulfill that for you. To have to do that. And also that I feel their burdens they want to overcome with the sun. They don't want it. They don't want to have that type of responsibility on them that they have to front up to giving you everything, when right now they need to front up to giving themselves what they need to give. It's almost like they're needing to feed their own soul rather than feed another person's. I feel concerning you, they see you as the Ace of Swords in the reverse. They might see you as a little bit shut down, somebody who's not communicating much. And they might feel for you the Ace of Swords in the reverse, that they don't feel that, I don't think that this person feels really sure or certain of you with the Ace of Swords being reversed. And I think it's because they do want to invest in a relationship in which it's buildable, it gives security, stability, and in which there's great happiness with that Four of Rods. And I think there's a lack of certainty for them right now concerning you. And I think that you see them as the Page of Cups in reverse because you see them as possibly emotionally unavailable, not contacting you, not calling you, whatever it is. And you feel for them the Page of Cups in reverse, like you don't want to have to contact them, or you don't want to be emotionally demonstrative with this individual, because I think that you feel that they still hold a flame, this Ace of Rods, for the past. With this Six of Cups, I don't think it's a new relationship. I think it's that you feel that they still hold a flame for the past. This relationship is better being less committed or less, less tied in. I think it's better being that way, with the Strength being the High Priest. I think it's best being kind of like not so conformist, I feel, because I think the situation is about just being happy to go with the flow with the Fool energy, because your flaws are literally when you're together. It's the connection that is the flaw right now. Because I think that arguments and instability in the relationship with that Tower has decreased with that Four of Swords, somebody's love. I think that because of the instability, the arguments, whatever it is, I think it's brought about some form of decrease in one of your feelings. And I feel that, though, as a result of that, I do feel that the potential for a healthy relationship could be, well, yeah, you could build this thing, you could build it, but only if you could find a way. The Six of Swords is about finding a way. Only if you could find a way to make this relationship work, to master all of the key elements in this relationship. You might, and I think if you could do that, you could possibly renew the excitement and the purpose and the vim and vigour in this relationship that has been lost through various components. I feel, Aquarius, that the overall analysis is, yeah, you could definitely, the outcome, you could definitely let go, the shadow side stroke devil in the reverse, of all of the negative energy that has accrued in this relationship. And that is by shutting the past out, transforming this relationship into something new, into something exciting, transforming the magic and bringing things back to life. However, the obstacles are the world. There is something that is not being concluded here. It's not being shut down, and that's what keeps coming back to fuck the relationship over. And this could be somebody who was deceptive, third-party situation. Maybe it's something to do with the past. Maybe the deceptive third-party situation is to do with the ghost that's no longer around, the elephant in the room, Because the Seven of Swords is all about somebody who is hiding something. They're being deceptive. And the third-party situation is the Three of Swords. This can show somebody who's being deceptive in a third-party situation, even with a Three of Swords showing there. But it might not be that it's necessarily somebody in the here and now. It could be somebody in the here and now, especially if this is something to do with a new relationship in these two cards. Six of Cups isn't always the past. It can be relationship, new relationship, Ace of Cups. Ace of Rods, Six of Cups. Could be new relationship in these areas, but also could be still holding a spark for the past. This person seems shut down. Okay? It's not to say, I think that this is something that could be overcome, but I think it's going to take a bit of time personally, because I do feel that some way, shape or form the relationship's been a bit damaged, and I think that you guys, if you're resonating with this, you're going to need to take time just to build it up, just by taking things easy and going with the flow, rather than wanting an all-out committable relationship that somebody simply can't give at the moment. Let's get a quick advice reading on this reading for you guys. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Aquarius on this reading? What is the advice that you have for Aquarius on this reading? What is the advice that you have for Aquarius, show me? It says this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner, you see. So yeah, this person could definitely be the one for you. I really felt that as well in this area here. I felt that something was salvageable. I think that there is still definitely something that is salvageable here, Aquarius. I really do believe that. Let's have a look at what the advice is from these cards. The Angel answers. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Aquarius? Angel answers, what is the advice that you have for Aquarius on this reading? Show me. There you go. This could be the one, and remain positive. There you go. Remain positive. I think that things are still salvageable. This might simply be a ghost from the past. There's somebody, this person that you like, for a lot of you guys, this person hasn't let go of somebody from the past, or they're still feeling bad about something. But remain positive, because I think that this person could definitely be the one for you. So remain positive. Alright, that's your reading, my little beauties. I've really enjoyed doing these readings. I've got 4 more signs to read for, oh my god. But yeah, you've got 2 readings a piece up on the site. Please sit back, cup of tea, biscuit, crisp, whatever you want. Enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. I love you dearly, all of you. Take care. Speak to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.